Hey, what up? It's Brad with Home Love Construction, and I want to give you an update on what's going on with construction materials at large, especially what I can give perspective on, which is what's going on in the state of Florida. So currently, this is being shot in February of 2022. The current situation is as follows, briefly. The biggest shortages are affecting windows, cabinets, and actually lumber has pretty much normalized. So it's pretty much limited to cabinets, windows, and then glass materials and metal materials are getting a little bit short of hand as well. So let's talk through what each of those specifically looks like. And let's start with windows. So currently, the timeline on impact windows is about 16 to 20 weeks for some manufacturers. Those are the fast ones. So the fast ones, think about this, 4 to 5 months. The slow ones are 30 to 40 weeks. That's almost a year. So manufacturers like PGT, I've heard this actually about Pella. We don't use very many Pella windows, but I've heard that Pella is on a similar timeline. They are around the 30 to 40 week timeline from the day that you actually place your order and make a payment or a deposit for the windows. You have to wait then almost a year to actually get the windows. Sounds crazy, I know, but it is the actual circumstance. So that's your window situation. On the side of cabinets, there's different lines of cabinets, right? There's we did a video recently about semi-custom versus fully custom and all that kind of stuff. On the semi-custom cabinet lines, you are looking, and this is the big stuff like Aristocraft, Cabcraft, Diamond cabinets, Omega cabinets, Yorktown, stuff like that. The lead time on these ranges pretty substantially. On the shorter end, for more simple orders, it's around 12 weeks, which we're talking 3 months at that point. For more, I guess what you call like high-end, not even actually high-end necessarily, but for some cabinet lines who don't have as strong of a manufacturing line, we'll put it that way, some cabinet manufacturers, and I just saw this on a display yesterday at a showroom that we use a lot, 30 to 40 weeks as well on cabinets from some manufacturers. I think Aristocraft was what I saw that from. So specifically, cabinets can be a thing that can delay a project substantially, and so can windows and doors. Now, the other thing, I said that lumber had normalized. There's one specific piece inside of lumber that still has not gotten back to normal, at least in the Florida market, and that's truss manufacturing. Because there's so much home building going on, and lumber was in a shortage, and labor continues to be in a shortage, all those things together, they create a situation where there's a massive amount of demand for trusses, and there's only a fixed amount of supply. It's very hard to bring a truss plant online because you have to have the shipping for the wood, you have to have a place to store it all, you have to have a place to build it, you have to have the labor to build it, and you have to sell it. So people find it hard to bring those type of plants up and running. So currently, trusses usually take 2 to 4 weeks to get a quote, right, to get the trusses drawn and actually quote the trusses. And then from that point of acceptance, it takes another 12 to 18 weeks, some weeks 20, or some companies 20 weeks in order to actually build and deliver the trusses. So you're talking about anywhere from a 16 to 24 week timeline, which to translate it into months, that's 4 to 6 months to get trusses. So what we do at Home Love Construction is as soon as we have upped the amount of deposit that we collect up front, and as soon as we get that deposit, that next week our job is finalize the window order, finalize the truss order, get them paid for, get them ordered right then, so that we aren't waiting on your trusses and windows and have your project sit and not be able to start, because we have to know that the stuff is coming in on a certain date, or have to preferably already have it delivered before we start the project. Otherwise, we could get 3 weeks in, need the trusses, them not be there, and be like, well, we got to sit and wait until they come in. And that's terrible, and nobody wants that. And we have had that happen to certain people when this whole thing started, when we weren't prepared for it. Now that we've prepared for it and built the system around it, we're good to go. But that said, if you're considering a major renovation, you need to be cognizant of the things that are taking longer to get in. You need to make sure that either you or your contractor is handling getting those things ordered up front so that they're there when you need them. Because on a project that's a custom renovation, let's say a custom kitchen renovation where you're spending $100,000, you're not going to be able to just go out to Lowe's and Home Depot and just swap your cabinets for some like freaking Hampton Bay white shaker MDF cabinets, right? You probably paid, like I'd imagine for most kitchens of that size, for us, $30,000 to $50,000 of it is just the cabinets. And you had a designer like we do, specifically they lay them out exactly for your kitchen. And so you can't change it once it's ordered. You have the perfect order built, so you have to wait for that person who you ordered it with to deliver it. So if you don't do it early enough, you can be totally stalled out. Trusses are the same way. Trusses are built specifically for your home or your room addition or your custom home. And so you have to wait for the people who actually designed it to build it and deliver it. So that said, the punchline here is be sure that you're ordering earlier than you think you need to, so that you're not hung up on waiting on materials when you're actually into the project, because speaking from experience, it's a very, very tough place to be. When this whole thing started of material shortages, realize that a year and a half ago, it wasn't like this. We could order cabinets and have them in 8 weeks. We could order windows and have them in 8 weeks. And it was no big deal. So at the start of the project, boom, order the windows, order the cabinets, because you're not gonna, if you're doing a room addition, it's 6 to 8 weeks before you even can think about putting windows in. And so we're like, okay, just order them as soon as we get the permit. Boom, there we go. Pay for, like, collect the deposit form, order them, boom, good to go. Now we have to totally front load that and get them ordered so much earlier in order to make sure we don't have delays. So that said, realize that, you know, some contractors might not be prepared for it. You might have to help them. You know, it doesn't make them bad people just because they're not prepared, but you need to know so that you're not in a situation where you're waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for windows, cabinets, et cetera, et cetera. So that said, be cognizant of that. I hope this video brought you value. If you are considering doing a major renovation in the Tampa Bay area, please reach out to us. Either send us an email to homeloveconstruction@gmail.com, or even better, go to our website, homelove.construction, and you can go to our Get a Quote page to submit a request for one of our estimators to come out and give you a free same-day estimate on your project and talk you through what our design packages look like. We are a design build company. We do offer kitchen design, whole home design, room addition design, and we actually even do bathroom design. We also do it remotely, so if you're not in our Tampa Bay area that we serve for construction, we can do a remote design for you, including all the way from floor planning all the way down to picking your actual finished product selections. So if you need help with that, realize that we can help you with that as well. So that said, look forward to hearing from you about your project, and please hit the subscribe button. It does help me out a lot. It helps us reach more people, allows us to get more clients, then allows us to do more projects and share what we learn, like how long it takes to get cabinets or windows, right? It allows us to then go back and share it with you on videos like this. So please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. See you in the next vid. I appreciate your attention. Peace.